started on the doors today since I'm waiting for some parts. We're getting a new fender for the front end. Brake parts should be coming here tomorrow or the next day, so I can start working on mounting everything to the firewall, the windshield wipers, throttle pedal, brake pedal, heat and AC box, all of that stuff. So until that happens, I am going to reskin these doors. If you run a straight edge down it, when you get right about there, we start to get a little dent there, and then we get below my line right there. I've got a gap right and left and center, and the further down we go, the bigger it gets. Like right now there is 3/8 of an inch there, it's flush, and then 1/4 inch, and then flush, so not good. And then the whole bottom is pinholed on this bottom edge. So I'm going to go ahead and ignore that line. Do a line somewhere right up in here. Cut this section out, make a new piece of metal. I'll get the tipping dies out on the roller and get this set in place. Fold the edges over, run this line, do the same thing with the passenger door. All right, here's the old warped pile laying on the ground. I got this all cleaned up, got a nice flange around the edge and a nice straight line where I cut it right below the door handle there. I've got a nice line around everything where I want to tip in for the pinch weld to go around the edge. And then I ran it through the English wheel a couple of times just to sort of get the shape going on it so that we're not trying to fight it and trying to get it to bend, because the last thing I want is when we go to weld this seam together to have it want to force itself in. So I'm going to go ahead, grab Amy, get this thing bent over, slide it on in place, see how she fits. Okay, we trimmed that piece, ran it through the tipper. I set it, or the tipping die, on the bead roller. I went around with the hammer and dolly and lightly folded the edge over. Got this thing set in place where we want it. And I flattened out the corners, my little starting spots, down here on both sides, front and rear, just to make sure it lines up with the old sheet metal. And then a good spot up in these corners. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the little door skinning tool out, and we will smash the rest of that pinch weld flat and get this thing ready to weld the seam together. door is back together. We got it mounted on the cab. Back up here for a second. Got a pretty decent door gap all the way up and around. All the big dingers and dents are gone. We have a door. I'm gonna get started on this firewall, getting this brake pedal, booster, all of that stuff mounted. We did pull the front end back off of the car. Since all that stuff is out of the way, I can get to both sides of the firewall really easy. So this is my beginning. I'm gonna do this at a 3/16 plate. Measured the holes in the pedal that I'm gonna have the robot cut out in the plate when we do it, so that I can just slide the booster, pedal, everything right together. This will get spot welded right in place of the firewall, and then this dark line here will be another 3/16 piece of plate that'll come forward, extend forward, and attach to the bottom of the dash to stiffen that area up, and that will also have the holes in it to mount the top half of the Willwood pedal assembly. All right, I got a good start here. I've got the holes for the master and everything to go through in the pedal mounts through the firewall. I did a quick little outline of my plate and spot, so each one of these holes I'm going to drill out now like a 1/4 inch so I can spot weld through the firewall into this plate that I have made. And then this is the cross plate that will weld onto here. It's got 4 holes in it for the top of the pedal, 2 holes for the back of the pedal, and for the master to mount to out on the front of the firewall. So I'm going to go ahead and get these holes drilled out here out front quick. I put the studs back into the pedal, so I should be able to get this all mocked up, bolted in here exactly how I want it, and then I'll go and rosette weld each one of those holes right to the plate. And then the front 2 holes here on this plate, this will sit like so. This will be the dash right here. These will bolt to the bottom side of the dash, and then that will make the firewall, the dash, the pedal assembly, steering column, everything one nice solid unit. So start drilling some holes. So all of the foot controls are done. Last thing I've got to do is deal with the center console and where we're going to put that shifter, and that pretty much handles all of the hands-on stuff for the driver on the inside of the cab. Everything feels really comfortable. This is the part we are concerned with today, which is freaking teeny and feels like it's pretty well built. This little aluminum bracket that those mounts go into. So I am going to quickly peruse over the directions and figure out where I want to weld the 4 studs to the firewall to get this up in place. That all looks super simple, but I think we are going to put the wipers in first. All right, so a little bit concerned about having space for the wipers and the cowl vent and all of that stuff. So me and Amy went ahead and tag teamed and got those things installed in place. They're not super tight or anything, but they're in the location they're going to be. And believe it or not, there is still quite a bit of room underneath the dash, and I'll be slapping myself for saying that later. But for now, as far as getting the heater box and all of that stuff installed up under here, I think we'll be just fine. Okay, I've got the inner fenders on. I absolutely hate them. They look freaking horrible and will absolutely not be staying on this truck looking like this.
Come on, you can do it. Come on, just push the button. Push the button. Come on, push it. You can do it. Come on, push the damn button. Come on, push it.